Hi, I'm Qui Daugherty, Nashville native, and I am a Belmont class of 2018, spring of 2018 to be more specific. I entered Belmont as I was already an entrepreneur, believe it or not. And so I had been an entrepreneur going on 7 years. Once I became a student, my background was in fashion design and merchandising. And so I had spent the previous 4 years styling, designing, constructing all things clothing, specifically in the children's sector. I had a daughter whose name is Promise, and she was 2 at the time. And I was able to build and sustain this said business around styling. And once I graduated with my fashion design degree, I was like, wait, I just was an entrepreneur on accident. And at the time, I didn't have any resources or mentors or any guidance. And so Belmont, thanks to a letter in the mail that was sent to me on accident, was my aha moment. And they was inviting me in to possibly become a student. I said yes, and I began my journey with Belmont. My degree was in liberal arts. My focus was in entrepreneurship. And I just wanted to be able to turn this business that I had before that I felt was on accident to something more sustainable and something that I could build from and scale and possibly pass on to my daughter if in the event she had interest. And during that journey at Belmont, I was able to pivot quite a few times, not only within fashion, but also still tapping into my creativity because I've always been a creative. So as I said before, I could build, I can construct, I can sketch clothing. And so my second entrepreneurial journey where I started a second business while at Belmont was using the performance and visual arts both to mentor young kids. And so had competitive dance teams. I had a competitive dance team, and I would make our uniforms and I would just show them how to be creative and live out loud. And it was about 2 years into Belmont while I was then introduced to a new mentor of mine that thought that I was super ambitious. He loved my creativity. He loved how relatable I was. And he said, I think you would also be great at real estate. And for me, I'm like, real estate? Nah, no. However, he was able to show me a totally different lens, a totally different perspective of real estate than I had in my current perspective. And so it tapped in again to my creativity. So I was able to go inside of homes and maybe see them from a totally different lens from someone who didn't have that creativity. So you can take this wall down, put this up, change this textile, change this fabric, change whatever the flooring may have been, and now it makes it a home. And so I still to this day have my real estate license, still practice real estate. So I'm dual career. So I would like to say my tagline is elevating homes and wardrobes via the residence or the wardrobe. And Belmont was able to introduce me not only to different people, resources, and activities, but also build a sense of community. And so I'm still known to this day as a person who does both. I love fashion. I'm all things fashion. I currently style and fully wardrobe mostly women that are in executive roles. So think about someone that's a C-level suite or women in finance or those that travel the world. And I pretty much take on their wardrobe for the year or for special events. In addition to that, I'm able to, I also style athletes from time to time. So some of our Tennessee Titans players or some NBA players, some of these world-renowned names, I've had the opportunity of styling. The roles tie together a lot more than people think. And so again, as I shared before, I sell real estate. And so I had a referral that I received, and I was helping her find a new home here in Nashville. She was moving here from Las Vegas, to be more specific. And it was about the third house that we went to see. And she shared that she loved my outfit. And I was like, thank you. She's like, I need someone like you on my team. And fast forward, she never shared originally the company that she worked for, but later on through more conversation, she was able to share that she worked for Louis Vuitton, and that was a life-changing moment for me. I then became a stylist with a global brand like Louis Vuitton, and able to style some high-profile people, but also your everyday people that were just coming in and loved the way that I put the outfits together. And a lot of them are still my clients to this day. I still have the relationship. I know their families, etc. And during that growth in Louis Vuitton, it gave me a lot of digital and online presence. And so I was then poached, should I say, by the Saks Fifth Avenue brand, which is another nationwide brand as well. And so I was able to be a private stylist at a private suite here in Nashville. I've also styled and been a stylist for Nordstrom. I've also done some interior styling with Restoration Hardware. So I have the luxury brands and these worldwide experiences. And so something that I feel like I can bring to the students here at Belmont is just the mindset of being okay with pivoting. As you see, I've kind of talked about myself, and my entrepreneur journey goes back almost 17 years at this point, and I've constantly been able to pivot. If I hit a wall, I'm like, oh, maybe I can adjust this and change this. So not being necessarily just sold on your first idea, being able to have some of those hard and tough conversations with others and also with yourself. And so that would be, I would say, the first thing that comes to mind is teaching students how to pivot and being okay with it, and just also being a lifelong student. Because that's me. I'm still a student. Even to this day, I'm currently pursuing an MBA. So that's me. I'm Qui Daugherty, a Nashville native, and I elevate homes and wardrobes via the residence and the wardrobe.